So Mamito doing it, and people thinking, that I'm the
pioneer.
Yeah, I'm the pioneer. Yeah, she did after me. Nikatoka, it's those chicks. Yeah, we're sorry, but we wanted to say hi. I'm like, oh my God, this has to stop. All my equipment's got stolen. Phone, my camera, my lights, every single thing. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? My name is Lilia and welcome to yet another episode of Tuko Extra. Today, I'm on my way to go to Mike Muchiri's house. You guys know Mike Muchiri? You remember this guy? Not you remember, you know him. Mama Michael, that's him. Auntie Wakukata Keki, Cake Matron, that is him. So you're going to find out so much about him, his personal life, where he started, where he's at now, what he enjoys, what he does not like. This content creation lifestyle. Anyway, guys, let's go.
DJ Yakusha. Hello.
What's up, guys? So we finally made it to Mike Muchiri's house, aka Mama Michael, aka so many other things. And we're just going to find out so much about Michael. There's a lot that we know about him in terms of his career, like we see, but we don't know who Mike is. You want to know him personal, like we get in it. Anyway, guys, so without further ado,
Mike Muchiri.
I don't know.
Yeah, very few people call me Michael. You're among the few people who call me Michael. Michael.
It's because I just assumed the short form of Michael is Mike.
Yeah, and very few people call me Muchiri Mike, which I want to be called Muchiri Mike.
Oh, you want to change from Mike Muchiri to Muchiri Mike?
Yeah, you also call me Mike Muchiri.
Yeah.
It's Muchiri Mike.
Okay, sorry guys. We are now at Muchiri Mike.
Yeah, it's Muchiri Mike. Even on all my social media platforms, it's Muchiri
actually,
Mike.
You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know. And
Hakuna Mike Muchiri. Everyone says Mike Muchiri. I don't know if it's the Kenyan thing to start with your English name. Yeah.
It's the way of life.
Na kuna wase wana English name. What if I was called Muchiri Kamau, Muchiri Njogona,
Okay. Hey, we are sorry.
Yup.
Anyway, Muchiri Mike.
Welcome to my house, by the way.
Thank you.
Msipeleke kwa background any other shot.
Just this
shot.
Keep it squared.
Yeah, and make sure the is being seen.
So, Muchiri, I think we can just start by knowing, if you don't mind telling us where Muchiri was born, who Muchiri is. Who Muchiri is, like, early childhood. There we go.
My early childhood, I was born in Mombasa.
Mashallah.
Not sure. I was born in Mombasa, but raised in Nyeri. Kama bingu na nchi. I was born in Mombasa. All my siblings, we were all born in Mombasa, but raised in Nyeri because we moved from Mombasa when I was very little. I studied. I schooled in Nyeri. My primary school, my high school, uni. I went to Daystar.
Manze umefanya hivi life.
I know.
Like.
I think I've gone through all the stages of life. I've experienced so much. Nimekuwa in different cultural backgrounds. But yeah, that was my childhood. And then sahi niko hapa, I am a digital creator. I'm a full-time creator who specializes in comedy. I am also a corporate MC and a panel moderator, strictly a corporate MC. I get so many DMs of people, oh my God, we want you to MC at our wedding. No, I do not do that. Where's my camera? No, I do not do that.
Kai, ukatangi keki?
Apana. The cake matron skits and whatever. No, but because I think there's a stereotype, people, especially when you're a content creator who's a comedian, I don't like to call myself a comedian, who's a comedian, quotes unquote, they automatically assume that when you go to an event, you're going to make people laugh. I know, no.
Tough.
Yeah, it's very tough, T for tough. And then also, I'm also a gospel musician. I released my first single in 2021. It's called The Upper Room Experience. And I am currently working on an album. It's called Sounds of the Last Days. It will be available in all digital music stores, including YouTube. So, yeah, stay tuned. It will tentatively be out in a month or two. Yep.
Hey, you work hard.
I really do.
Like, you really do, because that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Now, for you to get into the space of digital content creation,
Yeah.
did you start just after you got to uni, or did you start in high school, or did you start after uni? Did you finish?
I literally started when I got to uni.
Okay.
Because I started when I was a freshman. Yeah, that was like in 2017. And then I started getting viewership and audience numbers on social media as 2018 commenced. And then 2018, I would say, was my best year as a beginning content creator. And then I took a social media break. The whole of 2019, I did not post anything. I just went. I ghosted everyone on every single platform. I just took a social media break. We shall talk about that afterwards. And then I made a comeback in 2020. I did content in 2021. And here I am, thriving in 2022.
But you started thriving Corona time. You are those Corona babies.
Really?
Because I feel like I knew you in 2021.
2020, yeah, 2021.
Yeah.
2021, but 2020
Ulikuwa unapanda.
Nilikuwa, I wasn't like consistent with content production and everything, but I was still producing content. Yeah.
Aya, we're going back, bro. You can't just tell us you took a whole year break.
I took a whole year break.
Why?
Yeah. I've told this story a million times.
This is the a million and one time.
A million and one time. Ukienda any other media station upata story yangu, this show. Because it's a question I get mostly asked. In 2019, 2018, I was a beginning and an earning content creator. So I was like, let me upgrade my equipments, get a better phone, buy a camera, buy lights, buy equipments, and, just be, a content creator who is equipped. So I was like investing in my craft because like, it started off as a hobby because content creation is not something that I sat down and thought through, this is something I really want to do. Ilianza kama something I really enjoy doing. Because the first video I did and posted, I did not expect it to get as much attention as it did. But then I continued doing content. So when I bought my equipments, long story short, all my equipments got stolen, inclusive of my phone. Like every single thing was in my house. When I was in uni, my equipments, my phone, my camera, my lights, every single thing. Yeah.
In school?
Yeah, in school. Let me not go into the specifics.
Did you know who stole them?
I did not know to this day, but I did make reportings and all that kind of stuff. But this is Kenya.
Right.
Yeah, this is Kenya, and we all understand how our justice system works.
Hey,
but yeah, so the social media break was not, at first it wasn't intentional, because sikuwa na any equipment. I did not even have a phone. But later on, I had a phone and I was even able to buy a camera. But then I realized that this is a social media. It's a break I really needed. Because, I did a major that required so much of my time. And also content creation also needed so much of my time and effort and energy. And I realized at some point that I am giving one more time than the other. Which was content creation. So my grades were down. They were at the gutter. They were down there. So I was like, yeah, I really need this break. Let me just put a hold kwa content creation and focus on other aspects of my life. One of them being content creation. One of them being my studies. Yeah. And then I resumed doing content in 2020.
Okay, when you came back, you said you resumed in 2020.
Yeah.
And then from that time to you blowing up, what was the first big break?
I don't, there are a couple.
Hey, sawa wewe.
Yeah, there are so many. I can't even. I could tell you the first video that I posted that went viral, but I cannot say after the break which one went viral because if your content is good, it's good.
It's good.
It's good.
So what was your first then a million?
Okay, my first video was an African parent, or specifically a Kenyan mom trying to pronounce the name. What's up?
Oh.
Yeah, vile African parents wanasemanga what's up. So yeah, I posted it on Facebook. It got like more than 200k views. By the way, my biggest fandom is on Facebook, by the way. My biggest fandom. And then yeah, even TikTok. Unajua TikTok ni ya juzi. Like I started doing TikTok pre-COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, pre-COVID. And then I posted. It basically went viral. I did not expect it to get as much attention as it did.
With the one you say, Mama Michael,
Mm-hmm.
is it something that you've seen your mom doing, or it's just your aunties, or it's just observation?
One thing about me, I'm very observant. I
Okay.
am very observant, especially when I grew up in Nyeri. I took up, you know, Nyerians are so, they're so
Nyeri.
funny. Yeah, they're so, can I say Kikuyus? Kikuyus are so
Yeah.
funny. Their mannerisms, how they talk, how they interact with each other. There's a lot of content around Kikuyu. And that's why most of my content is around Kikuyu. Even when I'm talking about Mama Michael, I'm giving the Kikuyu mother, kind of perspective. As I said, I am observant, and I get asked this question a lot of times. Is your mom like this? Is your mom like this? First of all, people even think that the wig I wear is my mom's. It's
Yeah.
not my mom's.
Honestly, I thought
Yeah?
you used to wear your mom's.
No, my mom is very .com.
Oh.
If you saw the kind of wigs my mom rock, how she dresses, you guys would never even imagine that naeza pata content kutoka kwake. But I would say to some extent my mom could be my inspiration. But yeah, I mean, my mom is African. She's Kenyan, to be specific. She's Kikuyu. So yeah, she is my inspiration for some of these videos. But I would love to think that my main inspiration, I just love to portray the Kenyan mom character as a whole, generally, and not specifically my mom.
Your mother.
Yeah.
All right. When you decide to come into the digital space and decide to create content, is that what you wanted even, like when you're studying? Because you said you did such an intense major that required a lot of, which was?
Biomedical science.
Guy.
Biomedical science.
See, you're right. Michael.
People think I'm a joke, by the way.
Yes.
Unaambia mse, I was in Daystar, and then they expect you to have done music
Or
communication. Yeah. Biomedical science.
I didn't even know we had that. I also went
and
to
I'm about
Daystar.
to do my master's, by the way.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
On the same vein?
Okay, in the same line. It's called Global Health Policy and Advocacy. I'm in the process of starting my master's.
But bro, will you ever practice that? Because as we speak now, you're earning money.
I am
outside.
But interestingly, I am an enthusiast when it comes to policy making, administration, leadership, and all that kind of stuff. So, because I realized one of my strongest points, my strongest areas is public speaking. I really love, public speaking and everything that comes with it. So, and as I said before, I'm an enthusiast when it comes to policy making, administration, and because I did, a health-related course, I find it interesting about policy making in the health sector. So I want to be a young person who will be in the foreseeable future, who will be involved in the policy making, not only in the Kenyan or the African sector, but in the global health space. Yeah.
Kai.
And I think I'm really putting myself out there because being an influencer, having the kind of following I have on social media, I think I'm on the right course.
Imagine this guy was TikTok wants to, and it's interesting because every time I sit down with you guys, I get to see a completely different side of you.
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
This guy is serious.
And I get it because most of the times our followers, because I say this on behalf of so many content creators, when they see your content, they already have a perspective of you.
Yeah.
Even when they see you IRL, they expect you to behave in some kind of way, to talk in some kind of way, and then they are shocked. Why are you not speaking the way I want you to speak? Why do you not look like? Because people get shocked. You're the one who does those kids. You're the one who wears that wig. Yes, I am the one.
With all that English. Can you hear how eloquent he is? It's the effects of Daystar.
Oh, well.
So am I.
Well.
But this guy out here is very serious. No one up on Instagram shrubbing saying Matron. But he sits here and he's like, global health.
Global health.
Or anyway, hey Mikey. Okay, I like that. Okay, I'm sorry, I just called you Mikey. It's like we're besties.
No, we are
like
besties,
Mikey.
People don't know we are besties.
No, we are not. He's just a guest.
We can edit that out.
Okay, so now that you are solely, as we speak right now, if correct me if I'm wrong, you're solely earning your living
on content creation. You're right.
So it is okay to tell my baby sister, do it, girl.
I mean,
hey, you may breathe.
No, yeah. I mean, I think one of the things social media has proven to do over the past few months or years is that social media can change your life overnight. I mean, you have guys like the currently most followed guy on TikTok, Anitwa Kabi Lam. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but guys know him. I mean, he slept, and he doesn't even say a single word. I mean, he slept a factory worker who was like broke, and then woke up to being, you know, a millionaire. Currently a billionaire or a millionaire. I stand to be corrected. I mean, social media could change your life as it did mine. I mean, I'm a full-time creator, and social media pays my bills. So, yeah, if you have ideas, if you have content, if you have a phone, if you are able to get equipment, do it and start doing that thing you want to do. Yeah.
You don't feel like it's a saturated space?
It is, but you know, if you're meant to stand out, you will. Yeah, if your content is good, it's good. Yeah.
I like that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there is a lot of people doing what you want to do. If you do it in your way, you will stand out and you will thrive in the same industry.
I remember I was asking you, as not compared, but as to what you studied and what you're doing now. Is this something that you wanted? Like you said, you decided content creation, of course, just when you got into uni, randomly. But is this something that you pictured that you'd ever do?
I don't know. But one thing about me, I will say, even as a kid, I am very expressive.
Okay.
I'm very expressive. Sorry. Even in terms of how I used to interact with my friends, how I used to crack jokes. Okay, in short, I'm saying I'm funny even in person, so.
He's right.
No, I'm joking.
But you are funny even in person, like legit.
Yeah, I would say I have been an expressive child, even from back then. So, I used to, even being exposed to TV, to media, you know, at some point I used to dream of, you know, being in the TV and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't say that I plan to do social media content creation, because, you know, I was in uni. Let me just say I hadn't planned it.
Long and short of it, it just came and you're like, I
it
love
just
it.
Came, and I flowed, and here I am.
And what do your parents feel about the fact that you went to school? Of course, one thing for sure, for facts, whether we like it or not, this is not cheap.
It's not.
It's not cheap. It's something. It's expensive.
It's expensive.
And you've done all that, and these guys were like, this guy atakua, you know, bio or whatever. I didn't know that this had that. I swear. So
people get shocked, yeah.
Imagine I didn't know, but I studied in Nairobi, and Nairobi,
Road,
it's more of just communication and PR. So them seeing you doing what you're doing now, as compared to what, as opposed to what they expected you to do, is that a problem at home?
Okay, currently my parents are very supportive of what I do. They are very supportive. Actually, my dad, who I thought would be against, you know, at first I was like, okay, my dad, as this is what I do. I am wearing dresses on social media. I'm having wigs on. And
doing like these two boobs. What boobs are these people that always falling?
Imaginary boobs, you know. And it's so funny when I talk about my content off character, off cameras, off social media. It's very awkward and very weird, you know. But at first I was like, my dad is not gonna have it. But then my dad is very supportive of what I do, like super supportive. Even sometimes he even gives me ideas. But they do a video about this and this and this and this and this. Even when he was working for a certain brand, obviously I can't mention it. It was like, you could send me your portfolio. You mentioned that you had a portfolio. You had put together your portfolio. You could send me your portfolio. Nione kama I will get a gig for you. My dad is super supportive.
I love that.
My mom is also supportive. But you know, my mom is very religious. You know, my mom, if you're watching this, I love you.
But
you know, it's a bit unafanya social media anyway. But my parents are very supportive of what I do. But my dad also keeps asking, na kila ulifanya shule, what you planning about it? You know.
And you tell him, just watch this space. Dad.
Yeah, but I never have an answer. I'm like, I'm planning. I'm really, I don't have a job.
Mike, oh my God. Yeah. But now I've just remembered these things that you're doing. Of course, like, there's a point, I'm laughing because I'm just having your videos in my head.
Oh no.
We're always pulling boobs. Kwani boobs are our kikwezo za shanga zimeanguka.
Tuache kuongelea boobs. I don't know why we're talking about boobs. I'm talking... You never know, I could be having avocado or socks in there.
Who knows? As long as they're portraying, but they're always falling down and always pushing them up. And where do you get these clothes from?
You know, I have a friend of mine to thank, because, you know, I have a friend of mine. I was involved in a shoot, because we were doing.
That sounds like you are shot with a gunshot. I was involved in a shoot.
No, in a shoot, you know, shoot whatever we're doing right now. But it was an ad for a certain brand, but they haven't released, you know, the videos. So the strategist, the content strategist of that brand was like, you know, we need to make your character a character. Like, we need to make you look real. We need to make your character look like a mother. And then she was like, do you have any way you can get a wig? I was like, I know a couple of friends who can help me get a wig. And I even have an idea, because we have guys like Mamito, you know, posting in, and I love Mamito, by the way. We'll talk about that later.
We have to
talk about that later. So a friend of mine helped to kind of go River Road. We looked for a wig, the ugliest wig ever.
Yeah.
The ugliest wig there was. And that's the one we took.
They're almost flying like this now.
Oh my God! My mom once sent me a screenshot of a video of me on Facebook wearing that wig, and she was like, "Oh my God, hiki tulitoa wapi?" And then we had a conversation. I was like, "Nikiweza kupata umevaa hiki tu tukikutana kwa barabara na kutoa live." Yeah, so I was like, "Yeah, I can get a wig." And then she was like, "Yeah, now the content strategist for that brand." And she was like, "I can get you a skirt suit." And she got me one.
Oh.
And it was a complete character. I was like, damn, I really do look like an African mom. Ningenywa ndevu.
Wallahi.
Tumepatana huku unaniambia, sasa, mama. Yeah.
Mama Michael. Because I thought you go and you're like, oh, kuna ile skirt, abo your skirt. And you know, like, they ask girls when we are shopping,
no, it's a friend of mine. I can mention her name.
Yeah, mention.
Her name is Nancy Jepto.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's one who's like helping with the girl side of life.
Yeah, and Florence, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. Hey, Florence and Nancy, pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's I'm a commercial in a big brand.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now that you've mentioned the story for Mamito, I gotta put it out here because, I mean, at the end of the day, I need content also.
Yeah, true.
When you started posting your videos, people on the comment section started mentioning that this content, that content seemingly looked like it's yours. Like what she's posting looks like it's a copy of what you're posting because she equally has the same thing. She will put on the wig, she will put in the suits. She will take something that you've done and do it, but under Mamito and not under you. Not my words, please. Those are words of people on the comment section. What do you have to say about this, Mike?
I mean,
Muchiri Mike.
I have said this a million times. I love Mamito to death. Even when she followed me back on Instagram, my followers can tell you I almost had a breakdown because, you know, Mamito has followed me. But yeah, people started mentioning me qua video one. You know, let me say this, because you know, the kind of the content, you know,
you're really trying to sanitize.
No, I'm not sanitizing anything, but content creation, I mean, creativity is a vast resource, but tapping into it is kind of exhausting. And sometimes even mmepata the same ideas as another content creator. And sometimes another content creator could do an idea and then upate the same idea, but you can pull it off well. And I don't have a problem with, you know, a content creator doing the same thing you're doing, if they will credit you. And I'm definitely not the first one who did the Kikuyu adverts. So Mamito doing it and people thinking, you know, that I'm the
pioneer.
Yeah, I'm the pioneer, because mine, but the few ones I did, they went super viral.
Yeah, we don't even know. This one, other ones you're mentioning, I don't think I saw. I only saw yours. And from yours now is when we saw Mamito doing. And I saw Mamito's only because now people were tagging you there.
I think it's because she did after me. Yeah, she did after me. But guys, like the first video, I later on saw a video yakina Austin Mungai and OPNG, and I laughed. But anyway, it doesn't bother you. I think it doesn't bother me because, you know, because the moment I took, you know, nilianza kama, I started doing content as Mama Michael, you know, and then when I took a social media break, that whole time, it was when, you know, we had characters come up like, you know, Mama Ortiz, Mama Kingston, you know, that's Flacco and Brenda Jones, who I love so much because they were very supportive. They've been supportive content creators and even friends because they are my friends.
Shout out to Flacco, he mentioned you.
Yeah, he mentioned me in one of,
Like,
I think it's, one of the interviews. Yeah, so I mean, we're doing the same thing. We're literally playing Kenyan moms on social media, and I mean, we've got to support each other as long as I'm not stealing your content word for word, concept for concept, because, you know, there are guys who are notorious for that.
definitely.
Yeah, especially big creators who take advantage of small creators who are not known. Yeah, but yeah, I think I have no problem about that.
Anyway, so I think when we're now almost wrapping up, we can just get to know, if it's not it's not giving us an idea, what is a content creating day like for Mike?
What is a, let me just say, there's no, how do I even say this? There's ever no convenient day to create content. Hakuna day unaweza sema this is my, but there are content creators who, you know, I'm a person, I do not like structure.
Oh, right.
I don't like structure. And I doubt if many creatives love structure. If there are any creatives out there who love structure. At any create schedule, I will be creating content on Wednesday, Thursday. But I do understand that there are content creators out there who stick to a schedule, who stick to a structure. But there are times zenye nasemanga, tomorrow I'm creating content. You know, like I have the idea, I have scribbled down some few ideas, some few concepts. And I'm like, tomorrow, yes, I am doing content. And then I wake up, I'm not even in the mood. I don't even want to see that camera. Siski could create content, especially when you have a campaign running and the client expects a video and you're like, oh my God, if I give them a video today, I wouldn't, both of us wouldn't be satisfied. Yeah, satisfied with this video. But you still do it anyway. Especially for me, sometimes I'm not even in the mood of creating content. But then when I start creating, I'm like, you know, the mood comes. Let's just do this.
Think about the money, you're just like, hey, the mood,
wake up. You're doing a slapping into, you know, you gotta do this. Is your work. You're a full-time creator. You're being paid. So, you know, pull up your socks and do it. Yeah. Like
when Flacco mentioned you and said that you were his inspiration do whatever he's doing. Do you have an inspiration? Or you're just Muchiri?
Okay. I don't know. As I said before, I love Mamito, and I used to follow Mamito from back then. I love the OG content creators. When I started doing content, you know, kulikuwa na the OGs back in 2018 and 2019. Akina Seth, Akina George Kimani, Akina Sharon Mwangi. And Sharon Mwangi, by the way, they were doing a lot of skits around the Kenyan mom. So I was like, and I had already started doing the Kenyan mom skits. I think those are the kind of guys I used to look up to at that particular time. And then there are Nigerian guys like Akina Mama Ojo. Yeah, and all those kind of people. And I would say that to some extent, those were the guys who inspired me to do content. Yeah, and to keep doing it.
All right. Lastly, probably I'll ask you two last questions.
Okay.
The highlights of being a content creator and the lowlights. Because the lowlights, I know, like one is campaigns would go south.
Campaigns, yeah.
Not being paid. Like, you know, recently there was one very heavy one on Twitter. I guess I say we've not been paid. And you've really put in the effort. So I know that's I mentioned it for you.
Yeah.
So you can just say the highlight and the lowlight of being a content creator.
So the highlight of being a content creator, you know, the endorsements, you know, the perks of being a content creator. And let me just dive it down into the specific, that the highlight of my content creation journey or the highlight of my comic career was winning an award, which is a thing that happened recently. I was nominated for an award, Best Influencer Digital Media Awards 2022, and I won.
Against not against, but the category you were with?
Terrence. I was with Terrence.
Wow,
Terrence Creative. I was with Moya David. I was with Ajib Gathoni and Shiksha. And I won.
That's heavy.
One thing about my fans, they are loyal. And
you are
I've got to appreciate that. they are loyal because they voted for me and I won as the best influencer digital media awards. So I would say that is the highlight of my content creation journey. It's the highlight of my comic career. The low light, I would say, I had an issue last year when I started doing when I started posting my content on TikTok. I copyright because there's a guys in diaspora. But one thing about diaspora peeps, they are very supportive.
Very.
Because actually most of my fans on Facebook, most of my fans, like a good percentage, I would say almost 50%, they're guys from diaspora, US, Australia, yani off Kenya, Canada, all those areas, and they are very supportive. Sometimes nakanga tu hivi chini naona M-Pesa pa send wave. I'm like, this person even aja ni call kuniambia ametuma pesa. And so unapata DM later, probably Facebook Messenger, and they're telling you, I sent you something small, to support. Something small is almost even 20K.
Yeah.
And they're telling, I'm supporting you. Oh my God, you make us laugh. You make us feel we are at home, away from home. Yeah. So diaspora peeps they are super supportive when it comes to sharing your content, liking it, commenting on it, financially supporting content creators. I even saw Flaco mentioned it. But one thing I've also had, bad experiences with guys from diaspora, but it was only one. So a guy from diaspora used to take my content, immediately I post it, download my video, and I create copyright, and then he claims the video is his, the audio of the video is his. Yeah, post it on YouTube and other platforms, uko Maju, yeah, that we don't have access to. Platforms that I wouldn't know my videos are being posted. Even exist. So when I try to post my own video on YouTube, I get a copyright strike. Sorry. And it's my own content. Why am I getting copyright strike? When I post it on TikTok, it's even worse. Nambiwa, your video has been taken down because of copyright. And it happened for a while, like for a good number of months, for more than 5 months.
What?
Yeah, and I had to, seek help. I asked a friend of mine, and I don't know what they did, but my friend was in tech, and akaniambia, oh my God, the thing is, someone has been copyrighting your videos, and it's not you who is the original creator. And when we investigated, tukaangalia, and it was a guy in diaspora who was taking my.
A Kenyan?
Yeah, it must be Kenyan. I mean, must be Kenyan.
Kai.
But yeah, but currently I have full copyrights, I have full rights to my content.
So you make sure every content you produce, you've copywritten it.
Yeah.
I hope that's the word, copywritten. Copyright. I don't know the English
okay.
word. As long as you understand what we are saying.
Yeah.
What? That is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Kai, content creation is turf.
Yeah,
Unaweza kuwa tu you're doing your best here, but kuna mtu.
There's someone earning off of your content. Yeah, ameketi tu, hakuna kitu anafanya. Anangoja tu post video, anachukua na copyright, and he gets, the royalties for your video, for your work. Yeah.
And there's no other low light?
And as I said before, probably bigger creators.
Oh, okay.
Taking your content, your ideas, and creating them as their own. And sometimes even content create. Oh, there's. So before I moved where I am, I used to live somewhere else, which is obvious.
Just somewhere else.
Yeah, just somewhere else. I would say I was kind of being stalked-ish. I was just being stalked. I was giving this story to a friend of mine, and he was like, "Oh my God, you're being stalked. You are being stalked. You are being stalked."
Oh, Jewy, me not sure.
I was like, it's not even that serious. So one time I was using, matatus, and there's this stereotype. Content creators use matatus as well.
Yeah.
They use matatus as well.
It's celebrities use matatus.
Yeah.
Hata kama uko na gari,
yeah, exactly. So nimetumia matatu, and then I'm seated next to some chicks, and then they were like, "Oh my God!" And I was in a mask, because I'm always in a mask. So they recognized me, and they're like, "Oh, Muchiri Mike, blah blah blah." Ukiwa kwa mat, usually on a personal, let me just say me personally, I usually just love to have my time, some quiet time. Unajua kuna watu wanapenda kuongelesha ukiwa kwa mat. Ati hey economy, E-government.
Serikali.
GAKs of
Sitaki.
this. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. So yeah, I usually want my space, my peace in Ikokomat. So these chiles wameniongelesha. What? I'm like, yeah, it's me, Muchiri Mike. Thank you if you love my content. Tumeongea from Tao to where I live. So yeah, mati mefika, and then they're like, oh my god, we want to know where you live. And I'm like, it's just up there. You guys don't even, it's just up there. When I tell you they followed me by force, they followed me by and I even tried to tell them, I don't want you guys to follow me. I don't want you guys to know where I live.
Yeah.
But I could see them from a distance. They were really following me. Now walini follow mpaka to the gate of my apartment.
Are you serious?
To the gate of my apartments. Yeah. So nikawambia, I had to laugh it off. Yeah, hey, thank you for, nice to meet you, blah blah blah. So a few days later, natoka kwa how I'm heading to town. Natoka kwa gate, and then nawapata hapo nje ya gate, and they're like, oh my god, we waited for you na tumekupata. We just wanted to say hi. I'm like, this is awkward.
Crazy thing.
This is awkward, but yeah, thank you. And it's not even high school kids. I'm talking about grown-ass women.
Kai.
Ladies. 3 of them. So yeah, and I'm glad if they watch this, they should know that they were really invading my privacy.
That's even scary.
Yeah, it's scary at some point, because nilikuwa ninaogopa kuambia, like to have a confrontation with them. So that day nimetoka kwa nyumba, nimewapata hapo kwa gate, and then I'm like, oh my god, yeah, thank you for coming, but I don't think this is appropriate. Please, ikiwezekana, please don't come again. So later on, I have my number on social media, but the number I have on social media is my business number. But so they call me one time. Someone calls me, and then they tell me, we have a PR package from this brand. I was like, from what brand? This brand. And okay, it's a big brand. I was like, okay. We have a PR package for you outside your gate. At first I was like,
how do you know where I live?
Yeah, well, how do you know where I live? I wasn't even contacted to be asked my address for the delivery of the PR package. So I regardless nikatoka, a friend of mine, it might be a surprise. You never know. Nikatoka, it's those chicks. It's those
3
chicks.
Yeah,
it's those 3 girls. So nikaenda hapo, I'm like, they're the ones, and they're like, yeah, we're sorry, but we wanted to say hi. I'm like, oh my god, this has to stop. Is
that what made you move?
I would say partly that's what made me move from my previous place of stay.
That's so scary.
Yeah, it is scary.
Ay, wasanii mnapitia kweli.
And I know that there are content creators out there there are celebrities out there who have even worse and bizarre stories.
Hey, no, that's crazy. If that one you're saying is not worse, then I'm like, hey, what more?
I was telling my friend, and then he was telling me, you are being stalked. Well, Julie, you are being stalked.
Yeah,
like,
that's
was I being stalked really?
Behavior.
Yeah,
Those are things we watch on movies, obsessed, and someone is like,
yeah, that's a really unhealthy obsession.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Mm.
What? All right, Muchiri, I almost called you Michael. Muchiri, what more do you have to say? Of course, you have to mention how we can find you on the social media platforms, what plans you have. Oh, no. Before we leave, what you're creating right now, and you've said that you're singing in church.
Yeah.
Is there any fight in between? Or in?
I mean, there are certain videos, there are certain skits I do, and then when I watch them after, I'm like,
the pastor will not like this.
This one is a bit too controversial. I will not post this. I mean, there has to be that line. And obviously, I have to make it clear. Because I love to keep my content clean, like super clean. Especially for my fans on Facebook, for my fans on TikTok. I mean, kuna wasi under 18 wanani watch. And even above 18, even guys in their 50s and 40s. I love to keep my content clean as possible. So yeah, I avoid the controversies, doing very controversial content. But yeah, there has to be that line because I sing in church, I'm a gospel musician, and I'm also a content creator. I have to represent what I claim to represent.
Are there brands you've been like, I can't do this because of
Yeah,
my religion?
obviously. Yeah,
Oh.
I don't work with narcotics. alcoholic brands. I don't work with betting companies.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so interesting.
Yeah, I do. There are brands I wouldn't work with, obviously, because there is that line, and there are brands that have approached me, of the ones I have mentioned.
And you're like, Jesus.
Thank you for the opportunity, but I do not work with this kind of brands. Yeah.
What? And you don't feel like that is gonna...
Obviously, it stings. It
so
stings
hard.
especially when they. I appreciate brands that tell you, "Oh my God, we love your content. This is our budget for this campaign," and you're like, "Oh, okay." Especially when they approach you from that perspective, you're like, "Oh my God, I am letting all this money go." Yeah.
Damn. And I appreciate you for the fact that you're just like, well, the guy who was stoned to death for claiming Jesus.
Steven.
Yeah, it was Steven.
Mm.
So this is like, he's like, stone me, but I stick with Jesus.
Hallelujah.
Amen. I love it. Anything else you want to say before we finish, and then whatever you're going to say right after, mention your social media platforms, how we can find you. Yeah.
I will say this. If you're an upcoming content creator, or you're looking to do social media content, do not compare yourself to anyone. Another content creator's journey will be different from yours. So just give yourself time, invest in your craft, and other people will invest in you. And as I finish, it's easy to do great things when you believe in yourself. And
that's on period.
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, on every single platforms. It's the same username, Muchiri Mike. Search my name on every single platforms. On YouTube, I have two YouTube channels. I have Muchiri Mike Comedy, Muchiri Mike Music for my music and my comedy. So you can find me on every single platforms. And yeah, that's basically it.
And that's on period.
I
love it. Are you in a relationship, Mike?
I am single and searching. No, I am single.
All right, you have it. Hello, but don't stalk him.
No, I'm not in a relationship. Yeah.
Don't stalk him. Just look for him.
Yeah.
He's single and he's funny. I think that's all we look for. You're like, aki anakuanga anachekesha.
Well, kwa ground, oh my God, I love funny guys, but kwa ground,
it's tough.
It's
tough to make someone laugh.
tough.
Supermarket unaambiwanga tuchekeshe.
Let me tell you, that happens all the time. When I meet someone who knows me off of my social media, probably tukitembea mahali, I'm like, oh my God, do that thing. What thing? Oh my God, do that thing you do with, you can't be in character
all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Time ya kazi ni time ya kazi.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike, for having us. Thank you for being very open and candid with us. We appreciate you. We appreciate your story.
Yep.
And yeah, we will see each other on the other side of life.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you guys for being with us throughout the whole episode. This has been Muchiri Mike, as you've heard him. There's so much to learn from him. And dear ladies and gentlemen too, stalking is very disgusting. It's good to love somebody, but love na adabu, na distance.
From a distance.
Yeah, you're right. All right, guys, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your time. My name is Lily Aisha, as always. And do remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also do subscribe to Mike's YouTube channel.
Yep.
And keep following him because he has music and content. He has it all around. So keep doing that. Tunakupenda sana. Goodbye. See you later.